Performance task number 1. Forms of energy. Renewable resources. The wind, the sun, and earth are sources of renewable energy. These energy sources naturally renew or replenish themselves. Renewable resources are an energy source that cannot be depleted and are able to supply a continuous source of clean energy. People have created different ways to capture the energy from these renewable sources, such as solar energy, wind energy, biomass energy, hydroelectric energy, and geothermal energy. Here are the pros of using renewable resources as a source for production of energy. Reliability and resilience. Renewable energy is going to be an important source for power generation in the near future because we can use these resources again and again to produce useful energy. Due to environment-friendly and less emission of gases and pollutants from renewable energy, it is considered as sustainable energy and reduces some types of air pollution and which promotes less global warming. It provides clean energy, diversifying energy supply and reducing dependence on imported fuels. Renewable resources of energy are abundant in nature, won't run out, and replenishes in a short period of time. Renewable energy has numerous health and environmental benefits, promotes clean air and water, and renewable energy offers stable prices and a clean, continual source of energy. Renewable energy is dependable. Well, here are the cons of using renewable resources. Renewable energy technologies totally depend on the weather, for example, is the sun and wind, to be able to harness any energy. In case atmospheric conditions are not good enough, renewable energy technologies would lack the ability to generate any electricity. Renewable energy is intermittent. Usually, the energy is produced at a slower rate than when using fossil fuels. Not all places in the world can make use of renewable energy sources, having geographic limitations, takes a lot of space to install, and renewables have limited storage capabilities. Again, the renewable resources are those which can easily be renewed or replenished naturally, sources of sustainable energy. So here are the common renewable sources of energy. Number 1. Wind energy. Wind energy describes the process by which wind is used to generate electricity. Wind turbines convert the kinetic energy in the wind into mechanical power. A generator can convert mechanical power into electricity. Second one is solar energy. Solar energy is derived by capturing radiant energy from sunlight and converting into heat or electricity. Photovoltaic cells can convert direct sunlight into electricity through use of solar cells such as solar panels. Next is hydro energy. Hydro energy is one of the oldest and largest sources of renewable energy, which uses the natural flow of moving water to generate electricity. Fourth one is biomass energy. Biomass energy is termed as an energy which is obtained by using organic sources such as on plants and animals. Examples of biomass fuels are wood, crops, and manure. Biomass is used to produce biogas, a type of fuel that can be used for cooking, to run vehicles, and to generate heating and electricity. Last one is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the heat produced deep in the Earth's core, which energy that comes from underground and heat from volcanoes. Geothermal energy is a renewable resource that can be harnessed for use as heat and electricity. Let's go to non-renewable resources. A non-renewable resource refers to a natural resource that is found beneath the earth, which when consumed, doesn't renew at the same speed at which it is used up, limited in supply, and cannot be used sustainably. The resources typically take millions of years to replenish. Most sources of non-renewable energy are fossil fuels such as coal, natural gas, and crude oil, which are the primary source of power in the world, and they are used to power vehicles, factories, and homes. Here are the pros of using non-renewable resources. The main advantages of non-renewable energies are that they are abundant and affordable. For example, oil and diesel are still good choices for powering vehicles, and coal for generating power plants for electricity. Non-renewable resources are reliable and consistent supply of energy, can provide power whenever it is needed. These resources tend to provide us with more energy compared to renewable energies such as solar or wind energy. Non-renewable energy is cost-effective and easier to produce and use whether in a home or anywhere else. Non-renewable energy is easily found anywhere and everywhere. This implies that they can be conveniently moved across the world. People living in areas that are not easily approachable can make use of non-renewable energy sources as well. Most of non-renewable sources are also quite easy to store and transport. It can be efficiently converted to the type of energy required, and they are available throughout the year. Well, here are the cons. When fossil fuels burn, they release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Research shows that a major contributor to the greenhouse effect and global warming is our overuse and burning of fossil fuels, which can affect our health and as well as to the environment. These resources are limited in supply and don't replenish as quickly as they are used up, so if we do not reduce consumption, we will eventually run out of them. Can cause pollution generated by mining, refining, and consuming these fuel sources. Its byproducts cause damage to the environment. Its residual products are generally non-biodegradable, rising cost. Its products pose potential threat to human health, and responsible for acid rain, which is both harmful to wildlife and humans. Non-renewable resources are present in limited amounts in nature and take thousands or millions of years to be replenished. Here are the common non-renewable sources of energy. Number 1. Coal. Coal is a solid fossil fuel that is used for heating homes and generating power plants. It is also used for cooking and grilling. Coal is a material usually found in sedimentary rock deposits, where rock and dead plant and animal matter are piled up in layers. More than 50% of a piece of coal's weight must be from fossilized plants. Second one is natural gas. Natural gas is usually found in pockets above oil deposits. It can also be found in sedimentary rock layers that don't contain oil. Natural gas is primarily made up of methane. Natural gas is widely used for cooking and for heating homes. Last one is petroleum. Crude oil is originally found as a solid material between layers of sedimentary rock like shale. This material is heated in order to produce the thick oil that can be used to make gasoline and diesel fuel for vehicles. Why prefer renewable resources? Renewable energy has a much lower carbon footprint than coal and other fossil fuels, which are non-renewable resources. Switching to renewable energy sources can positively impact the environment by slowing climate change. This positive environmental impact is where the terms green energy and clean energy come from. Renewable energies are not burned like fossil fuels. They do not release pollutants into the atmosphere and provide a cleaner, healthier environment. Sources of renewable energy are found everywhere in the world and cannot be depleted, unlike with non-renewable ones, which are used faster than they can be replenished, so it's advisable to use alternatives for production of energy to avoid running out of our non-renewable resources. How? Number 1. Behavioral change. Encouraging residents to be more energy efficient, recycle, place more value on environmental goods and services, prefer alternatives for sustainability. Number 2, developing markets for environmentally friendly goods and services and the environment itself, for example, ecotourism. Encouraging the development of local supply and consumption chains, for example, to reduce transportation costs and associated emissions. Number 3, reducing car use and use of fossil fuels. Number 4, encouraging innovation to provide new goods and services that are more environmentally friendly or resource efficient. Number 5, shifting people away from car use towards use of more sustainable transport modes such as public transport and cycling. Number 6, helping businesses in low carbon and environmental goods and services to grow. Number 7, environmental protection. And lastly, persuading people to contribute with programs that encourage people to preserve our natural resources for a sustainable environment. Well, that's all for my performance task. Thank you for listening.